The Niners are one of 4 teams in the league with 4 receivers that have at least 38 catches because Debo has 38. So I was like, all right, who else has 4 guys with 38 or more? McCaffrey has 51, Kittle has 50, Ayuk has 50, Debo has 38. The other 3 are the Jags, the Commanders, and the Bucs. The Jags, like the Niners, will run the ball. The other 2 don't. The Niners are dead last in the league in pass attempts. Last. Yet no one spreads it around 4 guys like this group does. So, part of that is like, I looked it up in the context of Ertz. Like, do they have a spot to throw this guy the ball? The Niners, the last 3 years, counting this year, their number 2 tight end spot this year, 2022 and 2021, over those 3 years have combined for 18 catches. Okay. Ertz has 27 catches this year through 7 games. Non-Kittle tight ends the last 3 years have combined for 18 total catches. Ertz is 33 years old, Monte Vista High School, Danville, California, IR on the Cardinals, released, quad injury. He hasn't played since October 22nd, week 7. 27 catches in 7 games. So Niners are putting, well, I guess in theory, Niners could put Dwelly on IR with an ankle. What do you think, Zach Ertz?
Well, he doesn't play special teams.
Right.
So part of the way this team is built, whoever that guy is that they are not dependent on at all has to play some special teams. If you're going to dress on game day and you're not McCaffrey, Kittle, Juszczyk, who's going to play a little special teams here and there, Ayuk, Debo, who, if the game matters, like I would imagine Debo's not kick returning in this game. It's probably Ronnie Bell, assuming Ray Ray's out. That would be my educated guess. Do you agree with that one?
Yeah, I think it's a good call.
So Ronnie Bell's going to get a lot of juice. But part of to dress on game day, and this is what I learned in the NFL, because it's easy, even as a scout, to be a fan. Like, oh, fuck, this guy is a huge upgrade over anything we had. Well, how do we make a pencil on game day?
Right.
And I haven't broken down their special team snaps, but if the case is that guy was playing a role in several teams.
Dwelly was.
So what do I do? Like, I'm actually better off just elevating my next 2 guys that I can just insert in there and just play the way I'm playing. That's where it gets a little complicated. Now, part of his complication is he's injured. Like Shaq Leonard, who signs with the Eagles. Eagles fucking just this guy's not a back. He's going to start, right? If he's healthy, he's going to play. This is, Ertz cannot do what Kittle does. So it's not like a duplicate player. He can't block. He's never been able to block. And, I think this is more complicated for every team. Like the Ravens, I saw some quotes from Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I think it was last week. To me, that makes kind of sense. Like if Mark Andrews out for the year, I just kind of need a tight end if I think he's better than the guy I'm rolling out. But if he's going to be my backup, like he is on this team, and you can throw the Chiefs. Like the Chiefs need pass receivers. Why wouldn't they be interested in this guy?
For sure.
Well, it's like, well, our best players are starting tight end, a skill guy. So he's not better than that guy. And then our backup, whoever that is, also has to play special. It's a little more complicated math than you think, right? Like in baseball, if the guy's just out there, but he's not going to be our starting third baseman, but the guy that he would replace is actually a switch hitter. He's not, and that guy can play out.
Right.
It's kind of a puzzle piece that on the surface, of course, you sign Zach Ertz. And to me, if it was like baseball and the December roster expanded, I think the Niners would be all over. I wonder if it's a little more complicated than people think.
I think it's a great call because the Niners' room for the Niners' offense could get, I guess, marginally better. There would be a play or 2 where Zach Ertz in a big spot, Kyle schemes something up and he makes a great catch, and you go, God, what a moment for Zach Ertz. But I don't think the Niners are going to start scoring 0.1 point per game more if Zach Ertz suddenly starts playing a bunch of snaps for them on offense. I just illustrated the numbers. 51 for McCaffrey, 50 for Kittle, 50 for Ayuk, 38 for Debo. Feels like Jennings has a big catch a week. He's got like 17 catches for the whole year. They got plenty of players and not enough ball. One of their weaknesses is special teams. George Odom's already hurt. Having your special teams get weaker at the expense making your offense marginally better at the expense of your special teams may not be worth it to this team unless they have an answer on special teams. Right. Agreed. Because I don't really know how much better. Now, we saw for a second what it might look like if you put Jordan Reed and George Kittle together on a team. Kittle got hurt that year. Jordan Reed got hurt that year.
Team's a lot different.
That team
Quarterback's
is
a
not
lot
as good.
better.
Yeah. And that was Ayuk's rookie year.
Guy, they just scored 6 touchdowns in 3
Didn't have
quarters
McCaffrey.
against a 10-1 team on the road.
It's to me, it's a luxury item, but like a luxury item that might actually cost you something, because he's not. You don't think the pitch to Ertz is like, hey man, I got 25 snaps for you on offense, and you can play special teams near where you grew up.
Well, it just doesn't. He's not a special teams.
He's
player,
not going to
so
do
it's
it.
like,
Yeah.
But it's not. You don't even. It's not even an option. Like you don't. The guy doesn't play special teams. And honestly, it's not really. You wouldn't want him playing special. He's not a physical. Your backup tight ends are usually just kind of tougher, grittier guys in that position. If you just look around the league, now what makes the Niners unique is their, Kittle easily could probably be one of the better special teams players in the league, right? It's just he'd be a core special teamer. He'd be elite at it. He's fast. He's physical. He's fucking open field tackle. He'd be awesome. But I just you don't put a guy that's never played special teams on special teams who's not it's weird. He is a tough guy, but he's not. It's not really his thing. So Travis Kelce would not be a good special teamer, even in his prime. Because as a tight end, you're not playing like you're like in the line on kick return. You're like in the line on punt. It's just
So
not Zach.
Like, does Logan Ryan play
deal.
special teams?
I mean, he could.
TDP goes to practice squad. Logan Ryan is on your active roster. Dwelly goes to IR. You add Ertz, and you replace Dwelly on special teams with
your special teams are just tougher, right? They're just tough. Like all the corners can tackle, right? So you can put Lenore, or I guess Lenore, but Ambry Thomas, all those guys can rotate. Hufanga, he made the team. Boom, special teams. Ronnie Bell, special teamer. It's why Danny Gray was impressive, because he was speed and he would tackle. Like it's a pretty dangerous play, whatever the given play is, punt or kickoff. Punt definitely more, because it feels like they're more consistent punt returns. A lot of kickoffs go out of the end zone, unless the 49ers, choose to like try to angle it at like the 13-yard line.
Yeah. This was Barrows said Niners believed to be one of the teams most interested. So there you go. I saw Harbaugh said a couple days ago, he kind of did that. Well, we like the room we have, but
it's like negotiations.
Yeah.